think his youth and speed will carry him down the stretch. He should finish up very strong now.
When you're training a young talent like Floyd Mayweather, how do you get him not to be knockout conscious? I mean, do you think this kid is perfectly satisfied to coast to a 12-round victory here?
I think he's going to be satisfied. I think he's settling to realize that he's had a difficult fight. And for the most part, he's going to be glad to see the 12-round over too. This is a much tougher fight than he ever expected. I think he should use his footwork the last round or two because it's real difficult for a lot of fighters to twist and turn and pivot a lot when they're tired if they're not gifted with their feet.
Floyd switches to a southpaw stance for the second time in the fight. Third time, he says. Thank you, Floyd. Thanks for the correction. Maybe I should get in my headset. He can do the take-by blow as well.
While he's boxing.
Hard right hand by Mayweather right down the pipe.
Get him down, baby. Love it. I want a big round this round. How you feel? Give me a big round this round. Turn it on. Like the last couple rounds back. Give me a big round, okay?
We got 2 rounds to go. That's all we got. You won the last 2. Let's go for it. You got to throw a lot of punches, and you got to be aggressive. He doesn't want to fight anymore. He's very tired. You got to use that rhythm and the pressure.
Haz puntos. Okay? Vargas still searching and finding Mayweather in that case.
That left hand excited the crowd, and you heard Vargas's dad asking him for what might be impossible, which is big activity and mucho business in the last 2 rounds against Mayweather.
Well, if both fighters listen to their fathers, we'll have a hell of a round. That's right, both fighters have said they want a big round. But I'm very surprised at Vargas. He's impressed me with his stamina, and it seems like he's got into a groove right now where he hasn't changed. See, 1-2. Where's the 3-4? He doesn't want to stand in there for the 3-4. Floyd Mayweather is a very fast, talented fighter, but not a really big puncher.
Mayweather just picking his shot.
I think fans want to see this kind of almost perfection from a fighter like Mayweather. You know, especially after the rounds they had a couple of rounds back. They want to go back to those days. But, you know, oftentimes when a guy starts boxing and another guy gets tired, he can catch him with a clean punch that he doesn't expect and can have more power and effect on that than when they're standing toe-to-toe. Because he's not expecting, his mind is so preoccupied at chasing him, and then he gets hit with a punch and he's not expecting it.
But your point is well taken, Larry. Fans like blood and guts. They appreciate what Roy Jones does, but they're in love with Tommy Hearns.
Well, it's not just blood and guts. It's stand and deliver sometimes. It's show passion. It's to want to complete your work in there, whatever it turns out to be.
Double right hand by Floyd Mayweather Jr. Misses with the left hook. It's always nice to see a young fighter try to finish combinations with the left hook. Mayweather using his feet now to be sure as we come to the closing seconds of the 11th round. The scattered occasional boo echoing through the arena here as some fans want to see more action like they saw in the 8th and 10th rounds.
Definitely, I would like to see more action that way, but if I was Floyd Mayweather this morning, I would want to keep fighting the way that he's fighting. You got to go out here, man. Floyd. I don't care if you final round. Okay. You gotta do it. I'll do it for you.
It's the last and final round. It's the last round. You gotta gamble. You gotta go and throw punches. Last round, we told you. Let's get the mouthpiece in there. Let's go. We got one chance. There's no more secret. The fight is not that wide open. It's close.
Interested spectator, Diego Chico Corrales.
Two developments in the corner. One, Mayweather is shaking his right hand as though he may have hurt it. And secondly, his father whispered something in his ear about what he wanted, and whatever their rift is outside the ring, Junior said, "I'll try to do it for you, Dad." And I think that was beautiful. This fight may be the fight that can bring you two back together, believe it or not.
Harold, how do you have it for 11?
Okay, Jim, I got a 10-1, 109, 99, Floyd Mayweather Jr. I agree with Larry on that 9th round. I thought definitely Gregorio deserved that because he hammered him on the ropes. But, you know, good ring generalship, good punching like that, good defense by Floyd. I mean, he's doing all the things that the judges really watch, and he should be winning this fight handily.
Still throwing the right hand.
Yes, he's throwing it, but not with a lot of power.
Slapping it.
Yes, yeah, he's throwing it. But I think he has with his right hand. But he's fighting a very smart fight, and I think this fight will make him go up and become a complete fighter, much more than those other fights he's had in the past. Because he's been challenged for the first time, he's been hit, I think, and he's had to extend himself while he's tired. I don't think he's ever been in this state physically where he's been exhausted and still has had to continue to fight. And
It's been 12 rounds with a real pro, a quality professional fighter who knows what he's doing in there and who understood a little of how to try to compensate for his physical disadvantages against Floyd.
That's correct. Not having the speed to compensate for it, but he did other things. And I think as a result of this, Floyd has grown, and possibly his relationship with his father may improve a lot after this fight, because he's been a pretty rough fighter, and his father's one of the things that he had to look to help him get advice and to try to, in this case, survive.
In 20 seconds or less, because we're in the last minute of the fight, when you see a fighter walk into your gym with his dad, Emmanuel, do you say to yourself, that's good because he has the backing and support of a family member, or that's bad because the dad is likely to be living through the son for vicarious
In
living?
most cases, the dad is living through the son. I have some exception cases. I have one of my kids in Detroit, killing Octavio Law. His dad is one of my biggest assets. But in most of the cases, the dad's a yourself out.
45 seconds to go. A decision rather than a knockout, very likely, as Floyd Mayweather comes down the stretch against Gregorio Vargas. A fight in which you might conceivably have scored every round for Mayweather, but nevertheless, a test of his overall professionalism and a chance to show off all of his varied skills against a guy who knows how to fight.
Having said that, he doesn't look like any $12 million fighter to me.
He and his supporters will dispute this. Joe Goosen seeming to ask his fighter, why did you fight the 12th round that way? I told you you needed a knockout to win. But thinking about a knockout against Floyd Mayweather Jr. and getting one are two entirely different things. And in what might be seen as evidence that Vargas is ready to retire from the ring, his handlers elect to carry him around after he has taken an obvious shellacking from Floyd Mayweather.
I just go with 212. Well, Jim, almost perfect, but not quite. 119, 108, 11 rounds to 1. Floyd Mayweather Jr. You got to give him that extra point for round 6 for the knockdown. Gregorio Vargas definitely won round 9 on my card. But, you know, as I started to say before, clean punching, effective aggressiveness, ring generalship, good defense. It was all Floyd Mayweather. He deserves